The wedding is super close, yet my girlfriend quietly cancels the whole banquet behind my back, pretending to be this thrifty family woman. When I finally stumble onto the absolute truth about her cheating, she shows zero remorse and actually blames me for being annoying and overly suspicious. So when I completely give up and let go, a month later find out she got totally played by that jerk for both love and money. Exactly 1 week before the big day, the hotel suddenly notifies me that our reserved wedding banquet has been fully canceled. I quickly open the booking app. The order page shows absolutely clear as day that it is canceled. The action was done 3 days ago. For this wedding, Vuong Tiu and I stayed up 3 entire nights, comparing every single hotel, tasting every dish. There is no way it just gets canceled randomly. The hotel definitely made a mistake here. I call them up, and the other one answers super fast. Hello there, I am the person who booked the May 20th wedding banquet. Just got a notice saying the banquet is canceled. Your system must have some kind of weird glitch. The customer service rep hesitates for a second. It shows right here that Miss Vuong came to the front desk 3 days ago to cancel it. We have her signature. You should check with her. The employee's voice just keeps echoing in my ears, and the fingers holding my phone instantly turn absolutely ice cold. Listen to this wild detail. Cancelled 3 days ago. Yet that same day, Vuong Tiu was still discussing invitation designs with me, asking what color groomsmen suits I wanted. I hang up the phone, standing there in the living room, staring blankly at the wedding schedule spread across the coffee table. The door lock clicks open, and I hear Vuong Tiu taking off her shoes. Tang Keat, I bought your favorite chestnut cake. Had to wait in line for half an hour to grab the very last piece. Her voice calls out cheerfully from the entryway. I stand completely frozen in place. She walks right in, carrying bags, a bright smile on her face, but then pauses when she sees my stiff posture. What is wrong? Why are you just standing there? She sets the bags down, opens the box, and hands me chopsticks, telling me to taste it while it is still hot. I do not take them. Vuong Tiu is there anything at all you want to tell me? Her hands freeze, placing the chopsticks down. Then she looks up with that same exact smile. About what? Do you mean the fact that my mom is coming up here? She just texted me about the hotel situation. She stops talking right there. The living room suddenly goes completely dead silent. We face each other across the table, covered in wedding documents. Today, the hotel staff told me that 3 days ago, you personally went to the front desk and canceled the banquet. Vuong Tiu looks down at the stack of papers. Her voice is super quiet. Tang Keat, I was actually just planning to discuss this. Discuss what exactly? The wedding. She lifts her head up. I really feel like all these things are completely unnecessary. A waste of money. Almost 6 million per table. A tables is over 50 million. Just to eat for a few hours. Plus the decor and MC fees add up to dozens of millions more. Would it not be better to save up for something else? I look right at her. Did we not talk this through thoroughly before? You said a wedding only happens once in a lifetime, so a slightly high budget is perfectly fine. Good decorations, 2 cameras filming everything so we never regret it later. Later I thought it through. It is totally unneeded. Young people today skip weddings anyway. Traveling to get married is so much better. Super cheap and completely stress-free for us. We can easily travel to Yunnan or Dali. Have you not always wanted to go there? Vuong Tiu me right in the eyes. I speak up. Is there some other reason here? Do you simply not want to get married to me anymore? She immediately frowns. What are you even saying? When did I ever say I do not want to marry? Then why sneakily cancel the whole wedding without telling me anything? Did I not just tell you? It wastes money. Vuong Tiu I firmly cut her off. We have been together for 3 whole years. Do I not know exactly what kind of person you are? You never cared about price tags before. Since when are you this thrifty? She stays quiet for a long moment. Do you really find it unnecessary? We can just talk it out. I step forward. Why did you have to hide it from me? To cancel it? Why not say a single word? Am I not discussing it with you right now? You actually call this kind of blindside a discussion? I point straight at the messy papers on the table. You finished everything and then told me. This is a direct notification, a discussion. She takes a really deep breath and turns her face away. I already told my mom about my side. You should just let your family know too. Let us drop the whole wedding event. My mind is absolutely spinning out of control. You already told your mom, and what did she say about it? She said we can just decide things for ourselves. I stare super hard at the side of her face. Feel the tension spiking here? Vuong Tiu Ng, give me your phone. What? Give me your phone to check. Her hand instinctively pulls back just a tiny bit. A super slight movement, but I catch it perfectly. Look at what exactly? Her voice is suddenly sounding very tense. What is there to even see on my phone? Before this, did you not let me look at it whenever I wanted? Well, you still cannot just snoop through it every single day. I walk straight toward her, holding my hand out and demanding it. She takes a fast step backward. Tang Keat, please do not be like this. Be like what exactly? You acting like this means you do not trust me. I laugh out loud. I do not trust you? You sneaked around canceling our wedding first. Hid it entirely from me. And now, you turn around saying I lack trust. She says absolutely nothing, hands shoved deep in her pockets. I know she's gripping that phone tight. She says she isn't handing it over. Her voice goes totally cold and hard. It's her privacy, she snaps. Why should she let me look? But she never used to say that. She used to say we had absolutely no secrets. I could check it whenever, but that was then. And what about right now? She just stays totally silent. I stare at the woman who's been by my side for 3 whole years. We are just sitting across a table, but it feels like miles apart. I ask if she's hiding something from me. She says no. Then let me see the phone, I tell her. She refuses. I ask why. Just no, she snaps back. I walk right around the coffee table, stepping into her space. She keeps backing up until her spine hits the shoe cabinet in the entryway. I reach straight into her jacket pocket to grab the device. She suddenly seizes my wrist. Her grip is so incredibly fierce. It actually makes me wince in sharp pain. Let go, I tell her. She begs me to stop this. Vuong Tiu Ng, let me go, man. Her fingers dig painfully into my wrist. Her knuckles turn completely white. The harder she fights back, the more certain I am that she is definitely hiding a massive secret. Tang Keat, she screams out, shoving me away with everything she has. I stumble backward, my spine slamming hard into the wall. The sharp pain makes me gasp. She just stands by the entrance, chest heaving heavily, hand gripping that phone like a lifeline. We just stare at each other. Total, suffocating silence. After a long moment, she looks away. She says she is leaving, that we both really need to calm down. She opens the front door and just walks right out. The heavy door slams shut right by my ear. I lean against the wall, slowly sliding all the way down to the floor. I sit there for a long time until the window turns completely pitch black. Finally, I stand up, grab my phone, find my mom's number, and make the call. Tang Keat, she asks. Why are you calling this late? Hearing my mom's gentle voice, my eyes burn and my throat completely closes up. Mom, I say, the wedding is canceled. What? I explained that Vuong Tiu Ng secretly canceled the hotel without even telling me. And I only just found out today. The line goes quiet. Then my mom's voice suddenly spikes. What does she mean? My mom demands. How could she just cancel it? Did we fight? I tell her no. Then why? She asks. She claimed it was a waste of money. I lean back on the sofa, staring blankly at the ceiling. She said she already talked to her parents and told me to inform mine. What absolute nonsense. My mom immediately curses at the excuse of wasting money, pointing out our family paid for the entire wedding, and we haven't even complained. Where does she get the nerve to just toss this away? Keat, my mom says, tell me the absolute truth right now. Did something else happen between you two? I honestly don't know. I just wanted to check her phone. She didn't let you look, did she? My mom guesses. You wait right there. Your dad and I are coming over right now. I tell her there is no need. Nonsense, she insists. Just stay home and do not go anywhere. We are only a few kilometers away. We will be there soon." The call completely cuts off. I toss my phone onto the sofa, push myself up, and head to the bedroom. Right there on the nightstand sits a framed photo of the two of us, taken in Qingdao just last year. I've got my arm wrapped around her shoulder, and she's leaning against my chest, smiling so big her eyes vanish. On the back, she wrote a little note. "How long is forever, Tang Keat?" I yanked the wardrobe open, forcefully pulling out every single piece of her clothing, throwing it all onto the bed. T-shirts, blouses, and jackets pile up into a small mountain, leaving the closet totally half empty. I sit numbly beside the messy pile for a second, then head straight to the study. Her tablet is sitting right there in the study, since she usually just leaves it at home. The passcode is the exact date of our anniversary, a date I will always remember. I unlock the screen, and her WeChat account is actually still logged in. I scroll frantically through her entire chat list, but it's just boring work groups and a few casual chats with her friends. The timestamps all stop a few days ago. Nothing weird at all. Her photo gallery and browser history are completely clean too. Maybe I'm just overthinking all of this. Maybe she really just thought the wedding was a total waste of money. But her evasive eyes, the way she violently shoved me away, it just keeps looping over and over in my head. But wait, look what happens when I open her shopping app. 3 pending deliveries instantly pop up on the screen, glaring right at me. The delivery address for all of it isn't our home. It's an apartment number located in some completely random, unfamiliar residential complex I've never seen. 1 week ago, a men's belt for 2,300 yuan, and it is definitely not a brand I ever wear. 5 days ago, an 1,800 yuan men's skincare set, also not mine. 3 days ago, a bottle of men's cologne for over 900 yuan, and it's absolutely not a scent I'd ever use. I furiously scroll down to check her older order history. 2 months ago, an expensive computer. 1 month ago, a watch. Just 2 weeks ago, birthday cake. Every single item sent to that exact same address. The recipient is a guy named Lam, a name I have literally never heard before. My hands shake. I start checking her payment history, her food delivery apps, and her ride history. My heart totally drops into my stomach. There's a huge dinner order for 2 people from just last Thursday. That was the night she claimed she worked late until past 9, swearing she ate a cheap boxed lunch at the office. Then I see 2 movie tickets from the Sunday before that. You see the pattern here, right? She told me she had training at work that Sunday, leaving at dusk and returning late. I spent the entire day waiting for her, and then I spot her rideshare history. She's been going to that apartment complex at least twice a week. The most recent trip was just 3 days ago. I shut off the tablet as my phone buzzes with a new text from my mom. "Your dad and I are already downstairs. We are coming up right now." I lean against the wall to stand, my legs totally weak. I stumble to the living room, unlock the front door, and collapse back onto the sofa. Fast, heavy footsteps echo from the hallway. Mom rushes in, Dad right behind her. Her face drops the second she sees me. She hurries over, asking how I am, if I'm holding up okay. I tell her I am fine. She asks where Vuong Tiu Ng is, and I just say she left. Mom sits right beside me while Dad stands quietly by the table. "Keat," my dad finally speaks up, his voice completely calm. "Just tell me the truth. What exactly is going on here?" I look at him and just lay it all out. Right from the very beginning, the cancelled hotel booking, all of Vuong Tiu Ng's cheap excuses, the way she refused to show me her phone before storming out, and every single thing sitting right there on that tablet. Mom goes completely pale hearing all this. She says the wedding is totally off. If she is already hiding things like this before marriage, what kind of disaster comes later? Who does Vuong Tiu Ng even think she is? There is absolutely nothing about my son that isn't good enough for her. If she can secretly cancel a whole wedding today, she could pull off something way worse tomorrow. You just cannot keep a person like that around. Dad stays perfectly quiet, just looking at me, asking what I actually think about all this. My mind just keeps flashing right back to those strange orders, that completely unknown address, that guy named Lamb, and all those random nights she supposedly spent working late or going to classes. I tell Dad there is one more thing I need to confirm. I get up, grab the tablet from the study, pull up those exact orders, and hand it over. His frown just gets deeper and deeper. Mom leans in to take a look, and her eyes instantly well up. That address is definitely not our house, and those things were never bought for me. The living room goes completely quiet while Mom just stands there wiping her tears. Dad stays quiet for a long time before asking how I want to handle this. I look at both of them and say, I'm waiting for her to return. Mom cries, asking what else there is to even discuss when the proof is sitting right there. But I just tell her I really need to hear it directly from Vuong Tiu and Ji. Dad pats Mom on the shoulder, telling her to just let me handle it. She tries to argue, but he holds her back, reminding me to call them absolutely anytime, no matter how late. I tell them I know. They decide to head home. Right at the door, Mom turns back and hugs me so tightly I can barely even breathe. She offers to stay, but I tell her it is really okay and she should go. I just need some quiet time alone. She finally lets go, gives me this really long look, then sighs heavily before walking out with Dad. The door shuts, leaving the whole room totally silent. But watch closely. The real tension starts right now. Vuong Tiu and Ji isn't back yet, so I text her to come talk. She does not answer. I just sit there staring at all the wedding papers on the table, that little chestnut cake box, and everything that was supposed to be ours. It is almost morning when the door lock finally clicks. I look up just as Vuong Tiu and Ji steps inside. Seeing me on the sofa, she freezes up for a second, then quickly looks away and heads straight into the bedroom. I get up to follow her. She swings the closet open, drags out her suitcase, unzips it, and just starts packing. All those clothes I threw on the bed last night, she picks them up, folding them neatly, one by one into the bag. I call her name, but she doesn't even stop. I tell Vuong Tiu and Ji to look at me, but she just keeps silently packing. I step forward and grab her wrist, but she forcefully jerks it right back. She says we both just need to calm down. Her eyes stay totally glued to that suitcase as she mutters about moving out for a few days to get some space. Calm down for a few days. I ask her like that actually fixes this. And then what? She finally looks up, lips moving, but absolutely nothing comes out. I tell her we don't need any more time. She stares at me as I say we are entirely done. Her hands freeze for just a second before she goes right back to packing. She begs me not to act like this, claiming she just wanted to save some money. She asks if I really need to go this far. I just laugh. Save money? Yeah, right. Saving up for who exactly? She stays completely silent. Saving up all that cash for that guy named Lam? Buying him a whole new computer? Getting him a fancy watch? Taking him out for dinner and movies? Is all that saved up money finally enough for you? Her hands just instantly stop. She looks up at me, and you would expect at least a little guilt, right? But no, zero panic in her eyes. Just this incredibly cold, empty stare I've never seen from her before. She casually asks how I even figured out her tablet was still logged into that shopping app. She stays quiet for a few seconds, tossing her shirt right into the bag. She says, if I already know absolutely everything, she is not going to hide it anymore. I just wait in silence as she finally admits it. She cheated. Lam Shu was her big college crush. She says he reached out a while ago, claiming he could never actually forget about her, so they started meeting up. He told her he totally regretted turning her down back then, and wanted a fresh start, which is exactly why she canceled our whole wedding. She just stands there silent. I ask her straight up if that guy is the real reason she threw our wedding away. She just stares at me without saying a single word. A pretty clear yes. I slump down on the edge of the bed. Every ounce of strength just completely leaves my body. I imagine so many crazy things. Bad debts, family trouble, health issues. But her actually cheating on me? I never even saw that coming. I ask her how long. How long have they actually been seeing each other behind my back? She turns her face away and whispers, over 2 months. Over 2 whole months. That was right around the time we were still trying on wedding suits. She was dragging me from store to store, carefully fixing my collar, telling me how good I looked in absolutely everything. Right when we were still happily planning our entire honeymoon. She wanted the Maldives, I suggested Iceland, and we even agreed to draw lots to decide. If she was already with him, why keep discussing our wedding plans with me? Why stay up late with me picking the wedding venue? She finally speaks up. I had not really thought it through back then. I know I wronged you, but do not act entirely innocent yourself. You spend way too recklessly. 1 month of salary, cannot even buy a few electronics. 3 years with you, 0 savings. Elm Kai-yu is totally different. He does not throw money around blindly. He actually knows how to manage a real life. I look up. She keeps right on listing out all my flaws, endlessly praising how wonderful that other guy is. Every single word out of her mouth stabs straight into my chest. So you canceled our entire wedding just because I spend money recklessly. I did not say that, but your meaning is exactly that. She hesitates for a second. You can understand it however you want to. I stand up, walk out to the living room, grab my tablet, and head back into the bedroom. I shove it in front of her. How much did this cost? She glances at it for a second, then goes silent. Belt for 2,300 yuan. Cosmetics 1,800. Perfume over 900. Then add the computer, watch, cake, restaurants, movie tickets. It all adds up to tens of millions. So I am the one spending recklessly? I just stare. Last month, you bought me a pair of sports shoes, claiming they were on sale and not expensive at all. Later, I checked the history and saw the 2,600 yuan price tag. I offered to pay you back. You said you wanted to. You spending 2,600 on me is called devotion, but spending tens of millions on him is just considered completely normal behavior. Me using my own money to buy a gaming console is called reckless waste. Him spending your money is called managing life. Well, do not even try to twist the concepts here. You are the one twisting concepts. I forcefully slam the tablet down onto the bed. Now catch this totally insane logic. You cheat on me, secretly cancel the wedding, give him money to spend, and then turn around to blame my spending habits. She looks up, her eyes somehow carrying a stubborn flash of harsh justification. Being with him is just very comfortable. I eat whatever I want, go wherever I want. Unlike you, always nitpicking everything, always criticizing everything. It is so incredibly annoying. I look at her, wondering, is this person standing in front of me really the Ving Tiu Ngh who stayed with me for 3 years? I nitpick, I criticize. Every time we eat out, you ask me what to have, and I just say whatever you want. Whichever place you pick, I agree. Even if the food does not suit my taste, I never complain. Watching movies is always your choice. Even if I dislike the movie, I still sit there with you. When you buy me gifts, I say I do not need them, but you stubbornly insist on buying them. You do it so I feel happy, and you feel happy too. Ving Tiu Ngh. When you say these things, do you even believe yourself? She remains completely silent. You have been with him for over 2 months, willingly spending your money on him. He parties and plays around using your cash. Yet in 3 years with me, how many times did I ever make you coax me? Have I ever given you an attitude? She turns away, completely refusing to look at me. You know what? Just forget it. I tell her to leave. She freezes for a second, then turns her face back. Are you not going to make a huge scene? Make a scene about what? I really thought you would cry, argue, or curse at me. I look at that familiar face, but now only find it incredibly strange and distant. Are your clothes all packed? If you are done, then go. She stands rooted to the spot, opening her mouth to say something, but ultimately stays dead silent. She lowers her head, stuffs the remaining pile of clothes into her suitcase, zips it up, and drags it out. Reaching the door, she suddenly stops walking. Tiang Kit. Yeah, I am sorry. I say nothing. She waits there for another few seconds before opening the door and walking out. The sound of the door closing feels just as heavy. I stand by the bed, then walk out and lock the living room door. Back in the bedroom, I aggressively rip off the bedsheets and pillowcases, gathering every single thing she ever touched, and hurl it all into the washing machine. Halfway through the wash, the machine stops, clothes tangled into a massive lump. I reach in and pull, but they will not budge. My phone rings. A message from my mom. "How are things going, son?" I think about it for a brief moment, then finally answer, "We broke up." She actually admitted to cheating. The phone immediately rings. "Kit, I am coming over right now." I hang up, wash my face, then press a towel to my forehead, sitting on the sofa waiting for them. Half an hour later, the doorbell rings. I open the door and Mom rushes in, Dad following right behind her. Did she really cheat? I recount everything that just happened once over. My mom gets so incredibly furious, she paces around the living room, endlessly cursing at Banquet. Enough. My dad interrupts her, saying these things now is completely useless. "Kit, what do you plan to do?" My mom looks at me, but I just stay quietly silent. "Just get some good rest. Do not worry about anything else," my dad says. "Dad." My eyes burn with a sudden, overwhelming heat. Dad knows. It is going to be okay. My mom sits beside me, wiping her tears, her mouth, still muttering angry curses. Those words reach my ears, but feel separated by a thick pane of glass, distant and blurry. "Mom, please stop scolding her, it is not worth it." She looks at me. "Are you really okay?" "I really am. I just want to be alone for a bit. Then rest up. I will bring some soup tonight, okay?" After they leave, the entire house falls right back into dead silence. I sit on the sofa, staring out the window. The sky is gloomy, threatening rain, trees downstairs rustling loudly in the blowing wind. My phone pings again. A text from Banquet. "I will come by later to get the rest of my things." I do not reply. Right after that, another message pops up. "I left the key on the shoe cabinet." I look straight out toward the front entryway. Sure enough, resting right on the shoe cabinet is a bronze key, dangling the very Pikachu keychain I gave her just last year. I toss the keychain into the trash and slump back on the couch. Outside, the rain finally starts pouring down, tapping quietly against the glass. The house is totally dark, not a single light on. My phone rings a few more times, but I completely ignore it. It gets pitch black until my mom brings over some soup and flicks the lights on. Seeing me sitting there completely dazed, her eyes start watering again. She asks if I have eaten yet, Kit. I think about it for a second. I haven't had a single bite all day. She totally knew it. She scoops out the soup, opening up some rice, braised meat, greens, and my absolute favorite, sweet and sour ribs. She tells me to eat up. Taking the chopsticks, I pop a piece of rib into my mouth. It is that familiar taste, the comforting flavor of my mom's cooking. As I eat, the tears just start falling down my face. Mom does not say a word, just sitting there watching me. Once I finish, she clears the bowls, wipes the table clean, and sits right next to me. "Kit, listen to me," she says. "I know you are heartbroken." She really gets it. A 3-year relationship is not something you can just toss away overnight. She hesitates for a quick second, "But you have to remember this. This is not your fault. She wronged you. You did not do anything wrong to her." I stay completely silent. "You will definitely meet someone better later on," she tells me. "Someone 100, 1,000 times better than her." Looking at my mom, I suddenly realize her hair got grayer, and the wrinkles around her eyes are much deeper now. I honestly do not know when she got so old. It feels like she aged suddenly, just over these past few years. "I know, Mom," I tell her. She gently pats my hand and stands up. "I'm heading home," she says. "You get some sleep and call me if anything happens." I agree. After she leaves, I lock the door tight, take a shower, and crash on the bed. The bed feels incredibly wide. It used to hold 2 people, and now it is just me. I wrap the blanket tight around myself and close my eyes, but I cannot sleep at all. My head is totally full of those orders, that delivery address, that guy's name, and every single word she said. What kind of person is she? What exactly were they doing together all this time? I stare up at the ceiling, the rain still tapping outside. Listening to that sound, I drift off to sleep, not knowing how much time actually passed. When I wake up the next day, it is almost noon. I see some messages. Ving Tiu Ngh sent a few, which I completely ignore, and then some friends are asking how the wedding prep is going, but I do not reply to anyone. I get up to wash my face, grab a quick bite to eat, and then flip through my contacts to call the wedding planners. Hello, I tell them. I am the one who booked the May 20th party. The wedding is officially cancelled, so please stop all the preparations related to it for me. The person on the line freezes for a second, then quickly agrees. I call the hotel next about the deposit. The staff says it is too close to the date to refund, and I just tell them I understand. Next up is a whole list of friends and relatives. I send out texts to them, one by one. The wedding is off. I'm so sorry for making everyone go through the trouble. Some people press me for the reason, some say it is all right, and others just stay completely silent. After sending all those messages, I sit back on the couch, feeling like I just finished some massive task weighing down my chest. Suddenly, the phone rings, and it is Ving Tiu Ng's mom calling. I stare at the number, hesitating for a few seconds before finally picking up. Banquet, what exactly is going on? She asks. Tiu Ngh said the wedding is off. Did you two get into a fight? Auntie, she cheated on me, and that is why it is cancelled. The other end goes dead quiet for a moment, before she tells me to stop. Tiu Ngh is such a sweet, gentle girl, she says. How could she ever do something like that? She bought stuff for another man, and the delivery address was not our place. She even admitted it herself. Impossible, her mom says. You absolutely must have misunderstood something. Maybe she messed up something with the wedding plans, but she absolutely did not cheat. Listening to her excuses, I just feel so incredibly exhausted. You should just go ask her yourself, Auntie. I have some things to do, so I'm going to hang up now. The moment I hang up, Ving Tiu Ng's calls start flooding in. I do not answer. She texts me, what did you tell my mom? I do not reply at all. My mom called to yell at me, Banquet, did you really have to go that far? I still completely ignore her. Our issues are for us to solve. Why would you tell my mom? I grab my phone and type out a single line. She asked, so I just told her the truth. Are you feeling this relief? After sending that, I immediately block her number. The world finally feels perfectly peaceful again. In the afternoon, I head out to the supermarket to buy some food and drinks to bring back. Walking past that chestnut pastry shop, the line is still super long. I take one look and just turn away. But getting back home, spot a very familiar car parked right downstairs. Getting closer, Ving Tiu Ngh steps out of the car and stands right in front of me. Red eyes, messy hair. She looks even more pathetic than yesterday. Banquet, she says. I just look at her, saying absolutely nothing. My mom scolded me all night long, but then I accidentally glance at her phone screen, and the wallpaper is already changed to another man. It is definitely Elm Kai-yu, but seeing that, my heart does not feel a single ripple anymore. Well, are you satisfied now? I actually find it a bit funny. Your mom scolded you because you cheated, not because I told her to. Then why did you even tell her? She asks. She called and asked, so I told the truth. Is there a problem here? She chokes up, her feet glued to the spot, opening her mouth to speak, but nothing actually comes out. A brief moment later, she speaks up again. Banquet, we were together for 3 whole years. Do you really have to be this completely heartless? Me? Heartless? She accuses him. You blocked my WeChat, blocked my number, and even snitched to my mom. Are you seriously trying to ruin my entire life here? I just look at her face. It is absolutely full of anger, frustration, and bitterness, but somehow, not a single trace of regret. Vong Tiu Ng, did you come just to say that? She snaps back. I just wanted to tell you you went way too far. Me too far? Yeah, she yells. We could have solved our issues ourselves, so why drag my mom into this? She is older, What if she gets completely sick from stress? I actually laugh. Your mom cannot take stress. So my own mom just deserves it then? Rushing over at midnight, absolutely heartbroken to see me collapsed on the floor. She freezes. Vuong Tu Ng, search your conscience and tell me who really went too far. She looks away. Fine, I admit my mistake. But are you completely innocent here? What did I do? You are too controlling. Everything must go exactly your way. The wedding had to be huge, perfect decor, 2 camera crews. The second I suggest something different, you immediately give me a horrible attitude. I listen, feeling like she is describing a total stranger. When did I give you attitude? You always do. She raises her voice. I ask what to eat. You say whatever. I pick something, you complain. Ask about a movie. You say anything is fine. Then I buy tickets and you call it totally boring. When did I ever say that? You do not say it, but your face shows it. You hide your bad moods, make me guess, and get mad when I fail. 3 years together, I'm so exhausted. I look at her, completely speechless. So in her mind, this is exactly the kind of terrible guy I really am. Lam Shu is not like that. Just saying his name, her voice immediately softens up. He says exactly what he wants to eat or do. If he is upset, he tells me outright, and never hides his joy either. I never have to guess or coax him. Being with him is so relaxing, which means we are really just not compatible. She stares. You are too exhausting. I cannot serve you anymore. Standing there, the very last connection in my heart simply snaps. Fine, leave. I walk toward the stairs. Tang Keat, she screams. I never look back. You are so incredibly manipulative, acting completely fine while stabbing me right in the back. I just ignore her and keep walking. Lam Shu is 100 times better. I step into the hallway, shutting the door, completely blocking out her annoying voice from the outside. For the next few days, I take leave from work, spending every day just sleeping, eating, and staring blankly into space. A month later, a business trip to Yunnan opens up. I volunteer immediately, and my boss quickly approves a full week for me. Mom asks where I am going. I say I am heading to Dali and Lijiang alone for a work project. Mom stays quiet for a bit, simply reminding me to stay safe and check in every single day. I arrive in Dali on a sunny afternoon. The sky is incredibly blue, clouds bright, and the air carries a really gentle, clean fragrance. Checking in and dropping off my bags, I go for a stroll. The ancient town is absolutely packed with lively, bustling crowds. Turning a corner, I spot a cafe with a few tables right out front. About to keep walking, my eyes suddenly lock onto one specific guy. Dark blue shirt, head down, just checking his phone. Now watch this carefully. My feet freeze completely. Lam Shu. That exact name immediately surges right back up from my memories. I have never met him in person, but the face on Vuong Tu Ng's phone lock screen and this guy right here are completely identical. He looks way more muscular than his photos, with neatly styled hair and a very crisp, clean shirt. Sitting beside him is a woman, and it is definitely not Vuong Tu Ng. I stand frozen for seconds, then pretend I saw nothing and just keep walking. Walking past their table, I hear the woman speak up. Shu, sit a little longer. What is the big rush? No, it is going to rain soon. Who cares? I will drive you. No need. I will go alone. Then I will see you tomorrow. Whatever. Taking a few steps, I cannot resist looking back. That woman stands up, leaning closely into his ear to whisper something. He smiles, gently pushing her. The woman smoothly grabs his arm, and he does not even pull away. I turn back and keep walking straight, going a really long way before finally stopping. Leaning against an alley wall, watching the crowd, my head spins. Who is that woman? Is he not supposed to be with Vuong Tu Ng? Did she not claim being with him was so relaxing and genuine? Then what exactly was that crazy scene I just witnessed? Honestly, I just stand there forever, constantly telling myself that this wild drama has absolutely nothing to do with me anymore. We are done. Who he is or who he dates, absolutely none of my business. After 3 days in Dali, I head to Lijiang. 3 days of work, easy evening strolls, gorgeous scenery, and great weather. Everything just leaves you feeling completely at peace. And yet, that exact cafe scene just keeps randomly flashing right back into my mind. On the fourth night, wandering Lijiang's ancient town, I suddenly spot a woman standing by the road, her back completely facing me. On the phone, that silhouette is incredibly familiar. She turns around, and her face comes into full view. It is Ving Tianghh. She spots me too. We stand just a few meters apart, facing each other in total silence. She speaks first. Banquet. Yeah, why are you here? Business trip. She hangs up the phone, standing there looking completely awkward and fidgety. I do not move either, waiting for her to step aside, but she does not. You came alone? Yeah, staying a few days. Heading back the day after tomorrow. Then, just more silence. She starts to say something else, then just freezes up completely. After a month apart, she looks so thin. Dark circles under her eyes, barely any makeup, clothes all wrinkled. She looks incredibly worn out compared to before. Is something wrong? I ask. No, nothing at all. She steps aside to let me pass. I walk right past her without even looking back. Banquet, she calls out. Her voice echoes from behind. I stop walking, but do not turn around. Do you know what happened with Elm Caillou? I turn around and look at her standing under the flickering streetlight. Her expression completely unreadable. What is it? She hesitates, her voice dropping really low. He found someone else. I stay quiet. I just found out a few days ago, so I came to Lijiang to find him. He said he was here. Did you find him? I found him. And then what? She does not say a single word. I look right at her, suddenly remembering that exact scene outside the cafe back in Dali. You remember that, right? That other woman holding his arm, and him not pulling away at all. She looks up at me and says, he was with another woman, acting incredibly close and intimate right there. So I asked him who she was. He claimed they were just friends. And then I asked him, aren't we supposed to be dating? And he asked, since when were we ever dating? Just meeting up a few times and grabbing some meals together does not mean we are boyfriend and girlfriend. Her voice gets quieter and quieter. I just stand there, honestly not knowing what to say. She bought him so many things, treated him to so many meals, and yet, he actually turned around and said it. They were just normal friends, telling her that she was way too serious, and he could not stand it. She finishes talking and just stares at me. Honestly, I should be laughing right now, should feel totally vindicated, but I do not. She just looks incredibly pathetic. Ving Tianghh. Yeah. Are you planning to head back? What? I leave tomorrow, so if you want to go back, come along. She freezes for a second, then shakes her head. No, I am staying a few more days. Alright, then I will get going now. I turn around and walk away. Banquet, she calls out to me again. I do not look back. I am so sorry. Her voice drifts over from behind. The things I said before, I was completely wrong. You are not that kind of person at all. It was my fault. I never should have cheated on you, or secretly canceled our wedding, or said those awful things. I am so sorry. I turn back to see her looking down under the streetlight, just like a kid who did something totally wrong. Ving Tianghh. It is all in the past. Go home. Stop wasting away here. She looks up at me, her eyes suddenly sparkling with a tiny bit of hope. So does that mean you finally forgive me? I think about it for a moment. No, just because I do not hate you anymore does not mean I forgive you. It just means we have absolutely no connection left. Whether you live well or suffer has nothing to do with me. She stands completely frozen in place, and I just turn and leave. This time, she does not call out to me again. Walking past the alley corner where I cannot see her anymore, I lean against the street and look up at the stars, my eyes stinging inexplicably, waiting for that heavy emotion to finally fade away completely. I just keep walking straight ahead. After coming back from Lijiang, life just returns to its totally normal daily routine. Going to work, finishing up, eating, sleeping, occasionally hanging out with my friends. and sometimes heading home to visit my parents. Ving Tiu Ngh does not contact me anymore, and I do not mention the Elm Caillou situation to anyone either. Mom asks about Yunnan, and I just say the scenery was beautiful. She looks at me and does not ask anything else. An afternoon exactly 1 week later, I'm studying when my phone rings. It is Mom calling. I hit decline and text her that I am studying. I will call back later. She texts back, come home early today. I need to talk to you. You know that feeling when your heart just drops? She is rarely ever like this, so after work, I rush straight home. Walking in, I immediately see Mom sitting on the sofa looking pretty upset. Dad is beside her, looking incredibly serious too. What is going on? I ask, setting my bag down and taking a seat right there. Mom glances over at Dad, then turns straight to me. Tang Kit, Ving Tiu Ng's parents actually came looking for me today. I freeze up. What did they come here for? She lets out a heavy sigh. Ving Tiu Ngh and that other guy broke up. You knew about this? What guy? She got totally scammed by him. He spent so much of her money and then left with someone else. Her parents came today wanting you and Tiu Ngh to get back together. I sit there completely stunned. Get back together? Mom keeps talking. They said Tiu Ngh knows she messed up. She got played and is absolutely drowning in regret right now. She just lays at home all day long, completely skipping work, not even bothering to eat anything. Her mom is worried sick, so they came here to beg our family, hoping you two could start over completely. I stay perfectly silent for a long time. Kit, what do you think about all this? I look right at Mom. What do you think? She stays quiet for a second. Absolutely not. She was not thinking about anything when she cheated. Now that someone scammed her, she finally remembers. You, that kind of person is simply not worth it. My heart suddenly feels so warm. And Dad? My dad looks up. You make your own decision. No matter what you choose, I will fully support you. I nod my head. How did you answer them, Mom? Mom says she wanted to ask for my opinion first. So what now? What do you think? I think for a second before looking up at her. Mom, give them a call. Just tell them Ving Tiu Ngh and I are completely done. Whatever happens to her from now on is her own business. Tell her to just go live her own life as best she can. Mom's eyes get a little red. Kit, you are going to be okay. I just smile. I really don't want anything to do with her anymore. What's done is done. Let it go. Mom gives a firm nod and takes her phone out to the balcony. I sit on the sofa staring out the window. It is getting dark, streetlights flickering on one by one. Before long, Mom walks back inside. I ask what they said. Her mother was crying, saying Tiu Ngh seriously regrets everything, talking about how kind I was every single day, and only now realizes who actually cared about her. And her dad just kept apologizing, saying, they let me suffer so much unfairness. Mom made it incredibly clear, and they know there is zero hope left. Kit, have you really thought this through? I have thought about it. No regrets at all. Mom lets out a long sigh. Alright, then we turn the page right here. Yes, it is over. That night, Mom cooks up a massive feast for us. Braised pork, sweet and sour ribs, seasonal greens, and our absolute favorite, tomato soup. I eat until I am completely full. After dinner, I help Mom clear the dishes. The TV plays in the living room, neighbors chatting, kids running around outside. Everything is just so simple and peaceful. That massive rock, crushing my chest for so long, finally hits the floor. Another whole week passes by. On the weekend, I just sleep in until I naturally wake up. After washing up, I head out for groceries. But the second I step downstairs, you won't believe it, I spot a very familiar figure. It is Ving Tiu Ngh. She stands by a tree, takes 2 steps toward me, then completely freezes. Haven't seen her in a month, and she is shockingly thin. Sunken cheeks, dark circles, her clothes hanging totally loose on her. Kid, I stand still, saying nothing. I just wanted to visit you. Visit for what? She drops her head. I don't really know. I just wanted to see you. My mom said you refused to get back together. Yeah, I know. She lifts her head back up. I just really wanted to tell you I am sorry. I already told you that. I know. But back then, and right now are completely different. How is it different? Back then I said sorry because you felt like I owed you. Now I'm saying it because I truly realize how badly I wronged you. She hesitates, giving this bitter little smile. Do you think I am ridiculous? Yeah, a little bit. I think I am ridiculous too, losing you over a guy like him. She takes a step forward. Banquet, can we really not start over? Her eyes are absolutely full of hope and begging. But all I remember is the girl from before, the pathetic excuses after calling off the wedding, the physical shove that left me completely hurt, how she called me annoying and nitpicky, how she changed her phone wallpaper to Elm Kai Yu. And that specific line, Elm Kai Yu is 100 times better than you. Ving Tiu Ngh. Let me just ask you a few questions. Ask me, when you were with Elm Kai Yu, did you ever once think about me? She freezes up. Yes, I did. Thought about what? Wondering if what I was doing was right. And then what? Then I told myself, just this one time. And after that, time after time, I just could not stop. I give a single nod. Second question. While you were with him, did you ever remember that our wedding was coming up? The invitations, the banquet, the wedding suit, everything was fully prepared. She opens her mouth, but absolutely no words come out. Ving Tiu Ngh. You never actually loved me. You only loved that easy, comfortable feeling I gave you. You loved not having to guess what someone else was thinking. Elm Kai Yu made you feel good. So you chose him. He hurt you, so you immediately turned right back to me. Is that not the truth? Just leave. Don't ever come looking for me again. I turn around and walk toward the market. Banquet, I will change. I really will fix this. Please believe me. Just this once. Just one single time. I never look back. I step into the noisy market, completely blocking out her voice behind me. That evening, Mom comes over with food and freezes. Kit, why are your eyes so red? It is really nothing. Did Ving Tiu Ngh come looking for you again? I stay totally silent. She sets the food down. What did she say to you? Said she wanted to get back together. Said she would change? How did you answer? I told her to leave. Mom nods firmly. You did the exact right thing. Let me tell you something. Some people simply cannot change. Today, she drops you for someone else. Tomorrow, she could easily do the exact same thing again. You are still young. Do not waste another second of your time on her. I look at the gray hair at her temples and her deep wrinkles, whispering, Mom, I know. Let's just eat. After seeing Mom off, I get a text from an unknown number. Banquet, it's Tiu Ngh. I know you already blocked me. I'm not begging for your forgiveness. I just want to say I truly, deeply regret everything. I am so sorry. A massive chunk of time passes by. I'm cleaning up the house and stumble on this old box. Inside, old photos, ticket stubs, and a completely faded piece of paper. Scribbled on it are the words forever with Banquet. That was the exact note Ving Tiu Ngh wrote back then in Qingdao. I stare at it for a long time, then tear the paper to shreds and toss it in the trash. The lily vase on the table withered ages ago. I throw that away too. My phone rings. It is Mom. Kit, come home for dinner this weekend. I'm making your absolute favorite. Yes. I hesitate for just a split second, then answer her. I'm coming home alone. Mom replies with a music smiley sticker, saying she is waiting. I set my phone down, looking right out the window. Bright blue sky, super clear clouds, perfect sunlight, and those birds chirping loudly right outside. Everything looks exactly the same as before, and yet, it feels completely different now. Who will I meet next? What happens now? I have no clue, but I know it will live really well. Alone or with someone, am going to live a great life. A bird flaps its wings, soaring away and vanishing into the distant horizon. I just turn around and keep packing my things.